Gisele Bündchen is fed up with coming second in Tom Brady's life.
Football, as far as I'm concerned, it's like his first love.
Tom constantly chooses his career over his wife, even though he swore not to. And the former supermodel has reached breaking point. In fact, she's so upset with him that she's left their home in the US and traveled to Costa Rica alone. But does this mean that Gisele is planning divorce like the media suggests? After all, the couple's relationship has been filled with red flags since the start. For Gisele and Tom, it was love at first sight.
I literally fall in love like right away. I was like, what? I mean, he was just so, you know how sweet he is.
Only there was a problem. A month after their first date, Tom's ex, Bridget Moynahan, dropped a bombshell. The Blue Bloods actress was 3 months pregnant and Tom was the dad. The media and the couple's naysayers thought this would lead to a breakup. Some even hoped that the football star would reconcile with Bridget. They were all wrong. In an interview, Gisele admitted that the situation brought her even closer to Tom. You see, Gisele adores Tom's son, Jack. She calls the little boy her bonus child and admits she can't imagine life without him. And there's a reason for that.
I've always wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to have a family.
So when her beau proposed to Gisele 2 years later, she was ecstatic. And later, when she found out she was pregnant, Bündchen was over the moon. Still, she was worried about how much time her hubby dedicated to his job. The thing is, the window for sportsmen to stay pro is narrow, and Tom was getting older, so he wanted to make the most of the time he had left. Unlike her husband, Gisele was immediately willing to give up modeling in order to start a family, even though she was at the height of her career and one of the most recognized supermodels in the world. For Bündchen, family was more important.
You know, when I became a mother, it really became my priority.
And all the while, she was also Tom's biggest cheerleader.
When you love someone, you want them to be happy.
Because Gisele knew her husband's focus wouldn't be on sport forever.
When I met him in 2006, he said, listen, I'm just gonna play for 10 more years and I'm gonna win 1 Super Bowl and I'm gonna be happy.
Although lately it seems like Gisele is the one paying for his happiness. You see, Tom's job has caused problems in their marriage a few times. In 2015, Brady was accused of tampering with footballs. He was trashed in the media and went to court. But Tom wasn't the only one affected by the scandal. Gisele wanted to shield her children from the media attention, paparazzi, and haters. Bündchen's focus was on protecting her 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. But Tom's attention seemed to be on himself. A source admitted that the sportsman took out a lot of his stress and anger on his wife, and Gisele was fed up. The insider admitted that after a particularly ugly fight, Gisele stormed out of the house in fury. So when the model took her children away to visit her family a few days later, it led to endless headlines about divorce. Media reported that the couple was fighting about everything from their love life to how they raised their children. And 3 years later, rumors started up again. Like before, tabloids shared gossip that Gisele and Tom were breaking up. Once again, it was because of his job. Because Tom wasn't just neglecting his wife, being a pro sportsman made Brady an absentee father too. And that's not how Gisele pictured her family. Tom addressed the rumors during an interview and admitted that his wife was absolutely correct. She doesn't feel like I was doing my part for the family. She felt like I would play football all season, and then when the season ended, I'd be like, great, let me get into all of my other business activities. Gisele wasn't afraid to remind him of those kinds of slip-ups either.
It's more me, I need to step up.
Oh, look at him, he knows.
However, now it seems like Tom still hasn't learned his lesson, even though Gisele has forgiven him so many times. You see, he's made the same kind of mistake again, and this time he went too far. In 2006, when Tom promised Gisele he'd only play for 10 more years, that wasn't all he swore to do. He and the supermodel agreed that after he retired, their family would move to Brazil. Until then, they had to move around the US according to where he played football. So at the start of this year, when Brady announced that he'd be hanging up his football helmet, Gisele was ecstatic. It meant Tom would finally have more time to spend at home with her and their kids. Moreover, after launching a career as an author a few years ago, the couple decided that it was Gisele's turn to focus more on her new ventures, especially since she'd given up modeling to become a mother. Tom explained, I think my wife has held down the house for a long time now, and I think there's things that she wants to accomplish. You know, she hasn't worked as much in the last 10-12 years, just raising our family. Brady's retirement also meant the family could move overseas like they always planned.
And I was like, yoo-hoo, let's go. I'm ready.
Only Gisele's enthusiasm didn't last long. Just 1 month into his announcement, Brady changed his mind.
But then he's like, no.
Tom decided to return to football. Headlines claim that he did this with his wife's blessing, but not everyone's convinced.
It takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
But there'll come a time when that ends.
Gee, when do you think that will end?
Her sharp intake of breath shows how she really feels. Upset. Media across the globe are suggesting that Brady's decision has once again caused serious drama in the couple's home. According to many reports, the couple has been feuding. Moreover, tabloids noted that Gisele is so infuriated by Tom's broken promise that she's flown to Costa Rica alone to get away from him. Gisele has good reason to be upset. Tom broke her trust, but he's also done something worse. By returning to football, Tom has ruined a promise to his children too, because they're gonna have to wait another season to see more of their dad. And that's not the kind of family life Gisele imagined for her kids. Now Bündchen supporters are worried that her husband is failing her. Tom needs to decide what's really more important, sports or his wife. Because as Gisele says,
Quality of your life depends on the quality of your relationships.
so choose wisely.